Summer squash and zucchini are plentiful in the garden right now. Tammy Algood from the Tennessee Department of Agriculture is here with an easy recipe that will help you put a lot of those veggies to good use. We are making squash Napoleons. Squash Napoleons.
Yeah, I know. Are we getting fancy?
We are getting fancy here. But you're telling me Napoleons mean what? A Napoleon means what as far as?
It's anything that's stacked or in layers.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to end up serving this in layers. So,
Okay.
so that's the reason I wanted to utilize the two different squashes because, you know, you can do this without a casserole.
Right.
Everything doesn't have to be a casserole.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, Leland, is basically I've just sliced up the squash and I'm going to put it on a shallow baking sheet like this. You want to make sure it's got a rim like this one. So don't use a cookie sheet. Use a jelly roll pan.
And you did grease this, right? Or
Yes,
you put
that's
on?
right.
Okay.
I'm greased it. And then you can add any kind of vegetable you want. If you don't have squash or zucchini, you can do the same thing with eggplant and add that to it. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to roast this.
Okay.
So remember that roasting is the exact same thing as baking. We just don't say typically that we're going to bake or that we're going to roast a cake. So, so it's the same thing. It's 350 degrees is always going to be roasting. That's always your temperature. So what we're going to do here is line this up here, and then we're going to add some herbs to it from the garden, and then we're going to add some garlic and some olive oil. So if you'll just drizzle that with some olive oil,
okay.
And make sure you do not use your extra virgin olive oil.
It should cut. One of the fancy ones,
hold it up like that. There you go. There you go. So don't use extra virgin. You want to use just your regular olive oil for this because it's better with the heat. Okay. All right. So then that's perfect. So that's just gonna keep it nice and moist, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it with this herb mixture. And then if you want to grind, we're going to add some grinded salt and some ground black pepper to this. And I like these little McCormick grinders that are out there. Aren't they fun?
Yes.
So that one that you've got is actually salt that's flavored with onion, so we don't have to add any onion to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun to do too. Isn't that nice? Yeah. So I'm going to sprinkle this with just a little minced garlic that I'm just going to put in my hand and just kind of sprinkle around. It really makes your kitchen smell wonderful while this is going on. So you're going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 40 minutes, and then you're going to flip it about halfway through. Okay? So after this comes out, it looks like this. So you've roasted it really nicely, and then we're going to create the Napoleon. Okay? So now that's all about stacking. So I like to take them that are pretty much opposites. So I'm going to put the green on the yellow and the yellow on the green, and you're just going to make little stacks like this. And that's how it's served. So what I like to do is serve it with a sprinkling of cooked bacon and pecans that I've roasted. So that's just kind of fun, isn't it? It's just it's healthy and it's a different way to serve squash.
And getting great use of what's in the produce section at this moment. Oh, Tammy, that looks good. Thank you. You'll find this recipe on our website at newschannel5.com. You can also find it in Tammy's second cookbook titled Farm Fresh Southern Cooking. There it is right there. We'll get that in there. All right. Farm Fresh Southern Cooking. As always, Tammy, thank you so very much for being with us.